Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here all week long to bring you wonderful information about things taking place in and around the community. Now, today is Saturday, May 4th, so for all of you Star Wars lovers out there, may the 4th be with you throughout the day that really celebrates the great film series. Now, we've got an incredible show in store for you, a lot of wonderful things taking place, whether you're looking for a new job or whether you want to learn a new recipe that you can make for everyone to enjoy this spring and summer. The weather forecast is looking great for the weekend, so let's take a look at it right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our expanded Spanish programming block. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website, tv8vail.com.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Good morning, Vail.
A great nonprofit here in our community is the Essential Project, and for those of you who don't know what it is, I can't wait to introduce you to Susan Moores, the genius brain behind the Essential Project, and how she's brought it to our community and why it makes such an important difference. So let's take a look back at the interview.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Are you someone who's maybe struggling with some joint pain, some back pain? Well, then the Essential Project is what you need in your life. And we've got Dr. Susan Morris joining me on the couch. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We go way back. And so the fact that we get to be on the couch together is thrilling.
It's like old times.
It's just like old times, except for I would be like, what do I do about this shoulder pain?
Yeah,
No,
put the wine glass down, fix it real quick.
Yeah, just in and out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, for people who don't know what the Essential Project is,
Yeah.
can you give us an overview?
Absolutely. And I'll give you guys mission statement. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit here local in Eagle County, Colorado. Our mission really is to drive health equity forward here across Eagle County by delivering health and wellness services to our community members. It's innovative, we're mobile, and it's also pay what you want, which is kind of crazy.
Which is something that we don't really see a lot of here.
No.
And sometimes people will avoid taking care of themselves because the cost can be so astronomical.
Exactly. Yeah. And so in the most uninsured county across Colorado, I decided to create the Essential Project. That's when we were born. Just kind of help break down these barriers of access to healthcare that people really do need. And we're not just like in pain situation, we're also preventative. So I'm a chiropractor by trade, and we really like to get ahead of these issues before they do become, you know, something that you need to come see me for. So,
Which I think is so important because we have a lot of extreme athletes here.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so there's a lot of people who maybe like this slightly hurts, but it's not terrible, and then they could stop it from becoming terrible.
Right, exactly. And we're mobile. So that's the coolest thing is we come to your home, you know, you're in the kitchen cooking, the kids are running around. We'll set up right in your living room. We also do worksite visits. We have this cool little mobile health clinic shuttle that we outfitted. So we pull out front, you come in, 20-minute sessions real quick, dentist office, auto body shop workers, hotel workers, just to name a couple of our essential workers here in the Valley. So,
Which is so important. And so what inspired you to start the Essential Project?
you know, a lot of things. I have worked here in the Valley now 6 years, started the Essential Project a couple years ago, just seeing a friend play soccer. He injured his ankle, told him to kind of come into the clinic that I worked at, and he hit me with the 3 most common barriers to receiving care, and it was time, money, and transportation. So that's when we were born.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is so cool because then it's really personal to you.
Yeah.
It's like it's your baby. I've watched this grow over the
I
years,
know.
which is so amazing to have seen it start as this idea and then just become really this groundbreaking thing that we have in our community.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited. We're growing as well, so we're gonna open chapters across first the county of Eagle County and then across Colorado, and then hopefully across the U.S. Fingers crossed. So.
Of course. Fingers crossed, but you can do anything.
Oh,
You're one of
thank
those
you.
powerful women that you put your mind to it and it's done.
Thank you, Maddie.
Of course,
gosh.
of course. Us girls, we have to stick together, you
Yeah,
know?
we do.
Yeah, 100%. Now, you said you've been here for 6 years.
Yeah.
So what brought you to our wonderful little community?
Internship. So at the end of a chiropractic school program, I should say, you have to do 3-4 months of an internship. So it was either Denver or here, and I knew nothing about the mountains, and you know, just Googling this place, I'm like, this looks like the Swiss mountains. Being from Arizona, I didn't know how to drive in the snow when I first got here.
Yes.
I had no idea what seasons were, and I'm just so blessed and happy to be here. So.
I will never forget you coming in and us talking about skis for the first time and me being like, let's get you up there.
Yes, we did it.
You did it. Now it's your life, and now you're well established here in our community. You're doing great things for our community, and we're excited to continue to see the expansion. Now, if someone wants to get some of the Essential Project in their life, how do they go about doing it?
Website. So we have a beautiful website. It's at theessentialproject.org. You can request an appointment on there. My cell phone's on there. Text me, call me. And again, it's pay what you want. So forget about your deductible. Forget about not even having health insurance. You have the power to pay what you want for the care that you need. And that's really how we're trying to drive health equity across here in the mountains. So.
Which is so important because we do live in a community, like you said, that's not insured. And so it's important that these people have access to the medicine and the help they need.
Yeah, and preventative care as well.
And that preventative care, which is huge. Next level. Now, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited to have you here. Now, what other services do you guys offer? Because the chiropractic thing is something that's so important and so many people slack on.
Exactly, yeah. And as I mentioned, it's health and wellness services. It's a little broad. But we do all the fun things. We do cupping. We do Graston. It's like a gua sha tool. We do trigger point dry needling with electric stimulation to really get into those deeper layers. We do fun kinesio taping. We do nutrition counseling, exercise rehabilitation, all the fun things.
That is a lot that you guys
and
offer.
the adjusting too. Yeah, that's the fun part. So
that is a lot that can be offered, and the fact that you can make it convenient for people. So if they can't have childcare for the day, or if they can't take a full day off of work to make this happen, you guys will really adjust and overcome.
Yeah, good pun there. We'll adjust.
Yeah, see? If you need marketing help, you call
I need you, Maddie. I need you.
I'll be there to really hit you with the puns, you know?
Help me with them.
Yeah, of course, of course. And now, why is adjusting so important for people who have not done it yet?
Yeah, so again, going back to the preventative model of healthcare, if your body's not in alignment, it's kind of like a car, right? If you have your tires on the car and one of them's a little wobbly, I mean, it's going to essentially decrease the tread on the other tires. It's really going to create mechanical issues, so to speak. So if your body's not in alignment, you're creating all different types of mechanical, biomechanical issues, and then it's a whole flare-up game at that point. So.
Because then you're compensating in ways that you don't understand that you're doing it. I do it really badly for the shoulder that I've had you help me with.
I've never seen you sit so properly, Maddie. My goodness.
Well, you see my little things there. I gotta sit up straight. But
I thought it was because I was here.
Well, of course, too. I didn't want you to be like, no wonder your back hurts later, because I was sitting poorly. Yeah, right. And it's important that people take that into account too.
Yeah.
Because if you sit in a certain way all day, if you're someone who works at a desk and you sit like that, you're going to have issues.
That's very true. And what we say too is an ever-changing posture is your best posture. So it's not necessarily standing all day. It's not necessarily sitting all day. Change it up, give your body something to work around, and make sure that you're doing your exercises daily and getting out in our beautiful mountain town community. It's like we have a gym out there. It's for free. So go enjoy it.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
And then, of course, let's just one more time, if people are interested in your services, the best way for them to get in contact.
Yeah, absolutely. So website is theessentialproject.org. It's a little long. My cell phone's on there. You can request an appointment. It goes directly into an email request appointment configuration thing, gets sent to my inbox, and then we reach out and we figure out if you're going to be at work, we'll bring the shuttle to you. If you're going to be at home, we'll bring table and tools inside your home. So,
which is so incredible, and seriously, what you're doing for our community is so wonderful, because there's never been anything like this before.
Right, it's innovative. I don't know how this brain created this weird, funny little puzzle, but it's working. And we're treating so many Eagle County residents. 55,000+ of you are out there right now who need some type of health care. And again, the most uninsured county in all of Colorado. We're just really trying to make a difference here.
I'm going to call you later.
Give me a call.
Yeah, I'm going to call you and be like, all right, let's work on the shoulder situation. Also, let's just hang out some more.
Absolutely, more couch time.
All the couch time. We love the couch
We love the
time.
couch.
Thank you so much for being here, giving us all this great information, and thank you for the hard work that you're doing for our community. What is the mission statement, just so everyone can have it again?
Yes, so the mission at The Essential Project is to deliver health and wellness services across Eagle County by means of mobile care.
Thank you so much again for being here and the hard work that you do.
Of course.
And the innovative genius idea that you had.
Oh, stop.
It's the brilliant brain.
It's the brain.
It's the brain. Make sure that if you are having any issues at home or at work and you really just need to get something worked on, whether it's an adjustment, whether it's that pinpoint needle with the
Electrostim.
electrostim. That way you are well taken care of, and that way you're preventative as we're making our way into summer and biking is just around the corner. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
We're on Highway 6. Stone Ridge Road is the nearest intersection.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
It looks like a person has been hit that was waiting at the bus stop. He's lying on the ground, and his bag is shot all over the place, and he's unresponsive.
My name is Chief Greg Daly with the Avon Police Department. We are making a public appeal in respect to the tragic loss of Jack Ladisic, who was killed on March 5th of this year. Jack had come to the Vail Valley for many, many years. He was an avid skier and skied with the same group of friends for over 40 years. As a 76-year-old, he was an amazingly active individual. Jack was tragically lost on the night of March 5th, and he was left on the side of the road after somebody hit him with a vehicle. We are appealing to our community for any information that you may know about this event, or if you have any information about the person that was driving that vehicle that night.
Hello, I'm Detective Sergeant Herrera with the Avon Police Department. On the night of March 5th, 2024, Jack Ladistic was walking westbound on Highway 6 at approximately 6:45 p.m. He was struck by a vehicle and killed. The vehicle left the scene. We know this to be a white, smaller vehicle reported by a witness. You are now seeing a video of a volunteer wearing similar clothing to what Jack was wearing that night. If you have any information or have heard of any information regarding that tragedy that night, please contact the Avon Police Department. We are seeking justice for Jack.
Good morning, Vail.
Spring is a great time to change things up, especially because there's new growth, there's new beginnings, and what better way to start a new chapter in the spring than looking for a new career? Well, we had Holly Johnson in the studio with Kevin, who's going to give us some tips and tricks on how you can find that perfect new job.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. One of the challenges here in the Valley with many of the employers is how to find the right people. And I've got sitting next to me right now Holly Johnson, who has a book out on how successful leaders hire and retain employees. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we were just talking about sometimes this challenge is not necessarily challenge, it's a mindset.
Correct. Well, you know, I mean, yes, there is less of a labor force relative to need and demand right now. But one of the things when I was writing this book is that my publisher said, I want you to go out and find out what the barriers to profitability are for business owners and CEOs. That was the topic of my first book, Break Through Your Net Profit Barrier. And when I was talking to them, they there was people out there who said they're all lazy and they don't want to work. And then there were other ones who, they said, yes, it's challenging, but if you go through a certain number of steps in a process and you hire a vision versus hiring for the job, you're going to find people that are more career path oriented than job oriented.
They always say, with a career, when you're interviewing, it's got to be a good fit, not just for the person that's applying for the job, but also the company with that certain individual. And so a lot of times people hire out of desperation. They got to fill the hole. They got to get someone in, and they'll just transition someone into a job without going through the right structured interview process. And then what they see is turnover.
Correct. And, the mindset shift is you always want to be hiring toward a career-minded person. And in my book, I say, even the grocery bagger, right?
Right.
If they're hired on a career path, there's a rotation schedule. It's one of the reasons why Trader Joe's is successful at retaining people, is they put everybody on a 2-hour rotation. And that gives people the opportunity to move around, gives them a variety of skills that makes them more marketable, and also teaches them the business of grocery retail. And same with, a restaurant. You may be hiring a wait person. I mean, Europe is really great at this because service people are on a career path, whether they're a server or a chef or whatever. And when you hire at a career path, you're hiring to the vision. So you get them to fall in love with your business and your company, and then they don't really care what they're going to do. And most people write job descriptions in the wrong direction. They write about the job description that doesn't sound very interesting, nor does the title sound very interesting. And then they put the job, they put the wage right up there. I mean, you've got to do a little bit of pre-qualifying.
Right.
But talk about who you are as a company, what you do every day in order to achieve your success, and then go into the character traits that you're looking for. I don't care if you're hiring for a VP or you're hiring for a service person. They've got to buy into your vision, and a lot of companies that I work with don't even have a vision. And
Right.
It's the thing that gets you up every day, and it's why nonprofits are successful at really kind of typically paying lower than normal wages, is because people are committed to the vision.
Yeah, I like what you said about Trader Joe's with offering those different perspectives as someone works through the different departments, and it gives them a clear, this is exactly what I want to do. And it also, as a company, it allows you a lot of flexibility to be able to move people around to help the business and be a little more productive in what you do.
Right. A lot of small business owners, they don't have enough flexibility like Trader Joe's to fill in the gaps to have people doing different things. And, you put a wait person on a bus roll or, in the back of the house, they're going to have a much different perspective of the challenges and vice versa. And I'm not saying that you necessarily need to do that, but hire on a career path and put that. We are looking for career-minded individuals
Right.
who want to learn the restaurant business, who want to learn the insurance business. And I've had 2 of my clients who just went through the job description, which is detailed in my book on how to write it. I, gave away a few free tips on that one, who ended up not even having to place the ad, that they found people because their whole mindset shifted and they started talking in a way of, this is a really great place to work. We're not just hiring for a job. And I was at the LA Times Book Festival last weekend, and I was talking to a lot of college students, and I said, even though this book is written for business owners and CEOs, if you're looking for a job, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we just need to pay the bills and not, we're not on that career path right now, or help
Right.
our way through college. But when you are looking for a career path, make sure that you're looking for companies who hire to vision and character, because then you've got a fit.
What a nice paradigm shift that would be, instead of going out to try to recruit people, having them come to you for a change because they know that your business is one that they want to work for.
And to have the confidence to take the time to find the right person. I mean, there's a 3-step interview process. And part of that is getting out of the way after you, the owner, because most owners don't do that, just at least have an initial conversation with them and act like you care.
Right.
And then kind of get out of the way. And then once you come down to your top 2 candidates, send them out and have lunch with some of your team or all of your team, depending on how big or small you are,
Right.
and say, what's it really like to work here? You know, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have turnover and that you're not going to have somebody who's a great interview that doesn't show up. I mean, I've been there, trust me. My best interview was my worst hire. Lesson learned. But I also didn't do the due diligence. And think about the cost of turnover. So spend a couple extra weeks finding the right people and just
Right.
plan accordingly.
Now, you touched on to kind of that mission and vision of the company that really contributes to the overall culture. How important is that culture to attaining the right person?
So in the list of the top 14 reasons why people left a company in 2023, if you're paying a competitive wage, money wasn't even in the top 5. It's feeling valued and appreciated. They've got to be part of the conversation, which is part of the hiring process. Retention begins at hiring. It doesn't begin after they get in the door. You've already lost them if you haven't hired to that. And to, you know, one of the things in the character list, you know, the top 10 character traits you're looking for, in the interview process, ask them to rank themselves on that. Because, you know, and then go, okay, so when I call your references, kind of planting the seed that you're going to do this,
Right.
how would they rank you? And see what happens. Is it the deer in the headlights? And go, you know, and it's okay. We're not looking for perfection here. So you let people say humanness is okay, but integrity is really important to us.
Right.
And knowing that we're going to call your references, would you like to adjust how you rank yourselves? Some
Perfect.
people underrank, some people overrank, but you're looking for the happy medium, and also people who can kind of gauge on how they relate to other people. I mean, let's face it, retail, service, all that, you're front and center. You got to be able to deal with people who may challenge you a little bit, and how do you handle that?
Right. Now, Holly, one of the biggest questions some employers ask is, tell me about your biggest weakness and what's your opportunity? What do you look for in that question when someone answers it?
Well, I'm going to flip this a little bit. One of my favorite questions that I actually stole from my sister is, what makes you work hard? What motivates you to work hard? Implying that, yeah, you are going to work hard. Right. And then you understand that. So, you know, I try to shy away from negative things, negative implications, like we have weaknesses. It's just like, you know, where are your strengths and what would you like to improve? And that goes with kind of talking to your staff. If you're kind of looking about, like, let's say you wanted to be the #1 best place to work in Eagle County.
Right.
What does that look like? And go to your team and go, hey, what do we do? What do we do really well? And what can we improve upon? And so you kind of set the stage of, you always want to start out with the positive and then ask for input on, you know, what would you do differently? Or like in the first initial interview, start out, you know, here's a little bit about our vision. Yep. And, you know, how do you relate to that? And then knowing what our vision is and a little bit about the job or the position, what would you be doing every day in your role to help us achieve that vision? That becomes even more important when you start moving up the, you know, managerial.
Because that'll start
level.
identifying those core values that are ingrained in that individual.
Right, and that also it encourages input. And, you know, as the owner, CEO, you don't have to adapt everything, but take the feedback that you get and then explain why you are or aren't going to do something, so that there's a dialogue going on. It's not just you making a decision and then everyone goes like, why did I even bother?
Right, right. Okay, we talked a lot about the book, the content of the book. Talk about your coaching a little bit and what you can offer to different companies.
Well, kind of back to the mindset thing. You know, we all need somebody to be accountable for. I mean, Tony Robbins, the coaching guru of the universe, has got a coach, right? And so, you know, I work with business owners who, you know, want to scale, want to get through the glass ceiling, or want to kind of mitigate this. And a lot of what we do is we start out, where are you at? Where do you want to be? And then, you know, I've been a running coach for 18 years. And so I kind of put them on a training program. And there's a very logical process. And it's 1 hour a week on a working call. They get a homework assignment so that they make sure that they're staying focused on moving their business forward, not just the checklist. I mean, high-achieving people love to check off all the little things,
Uh-huh.
but the problem is that they spend more time checking off the little things. Not that they don't need to get done, but you got to always be moving the needle forward. What's
Right.
a high-impact task? What's a high-income task?
Right.
And then what can you do? And start with the low-hanging fruit. You know, a lot of people, some people say, oh, start with the hard stuff at the beginning of the day. I was interviewing a gentleman who does sales for a roofing company, and he says, start with a small win and build up your confidence,
Yeah.
and then go into the harder stuff.
Well, Holly, thank you so much for joining us today. Growing Solutions Coaching is what Holly's all about. Pick up her book, get some great ideas, great tips, and a good vision for hiring those right people that are going to make your company the best it can possibly be. Thank you, Holly, again for joining me.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No.
Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Good morning, Vail.
A great PBS docuseries is Changing Planets, and now they highlight so many different elements of Mother Nature. Well, I had a chance to sit down and chat with them about coral and why coral is so crucial to our environment. Let's hear what they have to say. Something we talk about pretty frequently is the changing of the planet, and there's a lot that takes place that we might not realize here in the mountains. Well, I'm joined by a spectacular doctor who's going to give us some more information, so I'm going to have you introduce yourself and your incredible job title.
Hi, Maddie. My name is Dr. Sanjayan. I am the CEO of Conservation International and the host of the PBS series Changing Planet.
Now, let's talk about Changing Planet and what research you are currently doing to help maybe mitigate the change that's happening.
Sure. So Changing Planet is a multi-year series, and it's really an amazing idea. If we go to some places and we track them over many years, can we see the change that is happening to our planet because of climate change? I mean, you live up in the mountains, you can see what's happening to snowpack in some years or forest fires. So those are the kinds of environments that we wanted to track. And this year, we focused on coral reefs. We've been filming coral reefs the past few years, and we thought we should focus the entire special on just coral because it was such an important topic. We're going through record heating of the oceans right now, and if you go diving or you go swimming in the oceans, you'll notice the temperature this summer, and it'll be warmer than anything you've experienced before. And that is having a huge impact on coral reef, which are losing their life ultimately. And once they break into rubble, it's very difficult to put them back. And what we do in this series is follow groups of scientists who are putting things back together again and doing things that, frankly, as a scientist, I had never seen before.
Now, there's a lot happening with the coral, but it is such a unique piece of our ocean floor that's also really important. And so what makes the coral so important to everything around us?
Right. So when we think about coral reef, we're nearly always thinking about, like, if we go on a beach vacation or we go snorkeling or we go diving. Interestingly, sort of, Colorado has, like, I think the highest number of divers of any state on a percentage. So lots of people in Colorado, I know, go diving or snorkeling or take beach vacations. That's what we think of, and that's true. So they provide economic lifelines to many communities. But 500 million people around the world depend on coral reefs for their food, so from fish. And even living, say, far from the ocean in Colorado, for example, if you go and buy, say, snapper at a restaurant or have grouper or sometimes have lobster, those species are ultimately coming from coral reefs, or the fish that you're eating feed off of fish that come from the coral reef. So they're incredibly important to humans. And then virtually every coastal community, to some extent, owes its existence to things like coral reefs. So Florida, it only exists because there's a gigantic barrier reef right there that protects the coastline of Florida. If you go to a beachy sand beach vacation, that sand is there because of coral reefs. So they're really important, not just for life on the planet because they're so biodiverse, they have so much life. They're also important because they help sustain life, help sustain our life as well.
Now, you guys are doing a great project, something that you guys are calling Coral IVF. Could you tell us more about that?
So the way coral reproduce, they look like plants, but they're not, they're animals. And the way they reproduce is like most other animals. There's sperm and eggs, and then they fertilize in the open ocean. And then the baby coral look like almost tiny, tiny microscopic looking jellyfish. They're not jellyfish, they look like that. And they swim in the open current. And then ultimately, once they settle onto a hard surface or onto another coral, then they grow into what you see as the structure of coral. Now, that's very few of those sperm and egg actually meet up. So if you can collect them in the ocean at scale, you can collect millions of them, then you can put them together inside a lab, for example, and you can get them to fertilize at a much higher rate. So it's really IVF treatment for coral, and then you got to go release them. And in this episode, in this special, we filmed some scientists who are using a new technique for attracting the baby coral to come back to the parental reef so they don't just swim off into the current and are lost forever, by using sound. So it turns out that baby coral, just like your baby, might be really attracted to sound. And so by playing the right kinds of sounds, literally on speakers underwater on the reef, you can increase the chance of them settling down.
That is incredible, and what a fascinating use of technology. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information. We are running out of time, but I wish I had more because I have so many more questions to ask you. I guess I'm just going to go have to watch the TV series.
You do. PBS.org, it's streaming. You can watch it there.
Again, thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you for all of the hard work that you're putting in to bring light to our changing planet.
Thank you.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake! It's fake!
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
Two teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has one chaser and one evader.
Opportunity to punch on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this competition!
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
It's that time of the morning where we might be getting a little hungry, and so Kim and Kevin are going to give you a solution that you can make at home with some delicious jalapeno poppers. Now that it's starting to become deck weather, this is a perfect deck snack, so let's get the recipe.
We're here in the kitchen.
We're in the kitchen.
We are. Kevin and I are having a competition as to who cuts their jalapenos the better way.
No, you can do it. You can't cut a jalapeno the wrong way. So
It's true. There's really just a multitude of ways to doing it.
Wonderful
I
thing to
particularly am avoiding the spiciness of the seeds and the juices from the jalapeno, so I went a different way, and Kevin tried it another way.
I
so.
chose to do something a little different because that's the way I am. So there.
Well, this is definitely a classic and a favorite of mine. What do you think?
I love these.
I do
They
too.
are absolutely
They are decadent. They are salty. They're spicy. All of the deliciousness that you need. Yeah, it's great. And we're not going to be fancy today. We're just going to make it the classic way.
Okay.
But in a fun way that I've had these jalapeno poppers is you put a piece of shrimp on top of it and then wrap
Ooh,
the bacon around.
Now you're getting
Getting fancy,
yeah.
but we are classic. We don't love the fancy today, so we are just going to go ahead and get started. It's a very simple recipe.
Okay, so what do we do?
So jalapenos, that is
Check.
obviously key.
Got those.
Now you've got some bacon. Also check.
Okay.
We've got the bacon. We've got cream cheese. You know, football food, in my opinion, the base of all of it is cream cheese. So of course we've got cream cheese today, and then we've got regular shredded cheddar cheese as well. So you can do exact measurements, but you really don't have to.
You don't have to.
Really, whatever you want to do with it.
You can kind of variate it or make it your own signature dish.
It's true.
Good.
It's true. So we did it a couple different ways on cutting the jalapeno.
We did.
Yes.
So what is the first, now that we have the jalapenos cut, because I noticed you did it a couple different ways.
I did.
Seeds in, seeds out.
Well, I'm not finished showing
Oh, you're not finished.
our audience
You're going
how
to
I like
demonstrate
to
how to seed.
How to de-seed
So you don't
it.
get the juice on your hands.
So you don't get the juice on your hands. Now, I cut it off at the top, and then I like to cut them in half because, one, it stretches the appetizer a little bit farther. And two,
we're stretching now.
We are stretching. If you're hosting a big party, you need to make sure you have enough for everyone, and these will go fast.
Okay,
and then I like to take my knife, which I did earlier, and I kind of slice a little bit along here to get the I guess you could call it the core, the spine, whatever.
Spine, core.
And then I just take a spoon and I just kind of gently wiggle my way out through here so that you can get most of the seeds out without having to get it all over your hands. Now this way does take a little bit longer than Kevin does, and then you just scrape out the seeds just like that.
Yeah, see, I cut off the end and then cram a knife in it and just spin it out, done. And I've got juice, seeds, everything else on my hands.
It's true. And I don't want to have burning skin, so
Okay.
I do it the more dainty way. But
Okay, wonderful.
Well,
we're talking about the big game.
You know,
Dainty.
you can. Dainty does also equate to football.
Okay.
Details, devil's in the details, right?
Hey, I'm with you.
All right. So then, what is great about this too is
We're on the same team.
we are. Well, I don't know.
Team
We're
8,
two different
TV8.
colors here today. We are TV8 team.
Yeah.
So we can either Kevin, you can help me finishing de-seeding, or if you want
Or
to
I
get
can
started
sit and
on
ridicule your ability to Cora.
which seems to happen more often
I
than
like
not. So if you want to, we can go ahead and get started on the mixture.
Okay.
So what we're doing there, we've got our cream cheese sitting out. It's about 8 ounces of cream cheese, so 1 block. Easy,
block.
you don't have to measure it out. Just dump it in
Done.
there. It's nice and smooth.
Part was easy.
Very easy. And then you're gonna just mix in the cheddar cheese.
Oh.
Now you can do this a couple of different ways with your bacon. You know, if you've got some friends that maybe don't eat meat, so you can make these without the bacon,
Or you don't invite those friends.
all are welcome. All are
They
welcome.
are. How much cheese?
You do about a cup if you want to, but really it's kind of up to your discretion. You know, I like cheesy. I like the idea of cream
cup.
cheese, but I feel like cheddar cheese is also quite delicious. So
It is.
just add in as much as you want to.
And just blend this together.
Just blend it together.
Okay, we're blending.
It'll take a minute to kind of mix it all together, but as you work
Soften
with
it even more.
as you work with the cream cheese, it will soften.
Gotcha. 10-4.
Looking great. And then another piece of this is we actually will be dicing up some garlic. So I'll get started on that here in a second. And then the bacon. So if you wanted to make it easy, you can just saute up your bacon ahead of time, you know, dice it up and make it into little crunchy pieces
Okay.
like bacon bits and mix it into the cheese mixture. Or we're gonna do it the classic way. Cut the bacon in half, wrap it around the peppers.
I like that. I like that way.
I do too. I do
The
too.
classic way.
The classic. That's how I look at it. But I love a jalapeno popper. It's one of my favorites.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Glad he's happy.
I'm happy.
But yeah, this is just a fun and easy appetizer. The only thing that's tricky is when you're dealing with the seeds. So you want to make sure that you either A, wear gloves, which we are not.
Absolutely not. I'm
Live
gonna
on
be
the wild
crying
side.
later on.
You can live on the wild side like Kevin likes to do. You know, he's an adventure, an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
In the kitchen especially.
More of a junkie, but
All right, so we are almost done with these jalapenos. Kevin's mixing that up. I'm gonna dice up the garlic really quickly.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna start filling our poppers in. Now, we've got our oven heated up at 400 degrees, which is pretty toasty because we want that bacon to be nice and crispy. And then we also want the peppers to soften. And then we're putting them all in the oven for about 20 minutes and it should be good to go.
Ooh,
so
that's quick.
it is quick,
Yeah.
you know. If you want to like crisp it up a little bit more, you can always turn the broiler on, not the boiler. Now we do have a couple seeds in here. It's gonna be spicy. We'll try
Yeah.
our hardest, but
Kick it up a notch.
I'm gonna go ahead and dice up a little bit of garlic, as we can see, and then we're gonna pipe the mixture. Looking good, Kev. Looking
Okay.
good. That's great. And the best part is cream cheese will melt a little bit more in the oven. So I like to crush my garlic. I just take the blunt side of my knife, Use the
Yeah.
palm of my hand, crush it. Makes it a little bit easier to
You're
dice
crushing
up.
it. Good job.
I'm
crushing
crushing it. That's my favorite phrase. Did you know that?
I did not. Now we know.
I say it
Everybody?
often. You're doing great. You're crushing it. And I am literally crushing the garlic.
Kim Perot is now known as the Crusher.
The crusher. You know, if I were a professional wrestler, I
If
think
you
that's
were,
what my name would
or
be.
roller derby. I can see
Roller
roller
derby.
derby.
Now, you know, I like to have a lot of garlic in my ingredients, but we'll just do a little bit here. I'm just
Okay.
dicing it up, making it nice and easy. Now, it's always easier to dice up garlic when you have a really sharp knife. This knife needs to be
Yeah,
a
where
little
did you
bit
get that?
sharpened, but
It's like a utensil from World War II.
you know, we have a blast here in the kitchen. Kevin is
It's the month of love.
brotherly love, like
Yeah.
Philadelphia, the city.
See, if it was brotherly love, you'd completely forget about me. But go
Sorry,
back to
bro.
that segment of when she forgot about her brother.
Oh, you know, when
The actor,
my
famous
favorite
actor.
actor is not my brother, it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Hey.
He forgave me. I redeemed myself at the end of that one.
He
So,
doesn't even know.
He
you did
doesn't
that.
even know.
I'm
So-
going to tell him.
Garlic's mixed in here. Kevin's getting the bacon going. So we have kitchen shears, and what we're going to do is just cut the bacon in half, right?
Sure.
That's what you like to do.
Well, there's a number of ways you can do it. You can just cut it in half with the shears. You can slice it with a knife, which I'm going to do.
Yep, just like that. If you wanted to add like extra seasoning into this cream cheese mix, you can do like garlic powder, garlic salt.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, a little taco seasoning maybe.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too. You know, that's a great option just to give it a little bit more dynamic and layering of the flavors. But I'd say even just the classic way, you're going to get a lot of deliciousness out of here. Awesome. So this cream cheese we're working it down a little bit more just so it's a little bit softer. And then we're just going to take a spoon and line our jalapenos with the cream cheese.
Okay. I have a spoon right here.
He's got the spoon. I'm going to go ahead and get started. You've got the bacon rolling.
I'm doing this.
And we are going to start lining our jalapenos. So just like that, very easy. It doesn't have to be clean because, you know what, we're wrapping bacon around it.
Did you know that a dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp knife?
I did know that.
Oh, good. 'Cause
Can you
next
tell us
time-
why?
Well, because like I'm sawing on this piece of bacon and I might lacerate my finger.
So
I won't be worrying about the jalapeno juice that's on it. I'll worry about the blood.
You know, I love seeing how people's brains work because if I were doing the bacon side of it, I would have actually kept it thick and cut it in half. That's how I would have done it.
Yeah, well.
And you would have you cored your jalapenos differently. It's just fun to see variety. in the
Tomato,
kitchen.
tomato.
You know, nothing has to be perfect, and you know, it doesn't have to be an exact science. You just kind of make it happen. It's
Just
the
do it.
creativity and the art of culinary.
Yeah, the kitchen. There's no rules here.
There are no rules.
We were going over that. Yes, no rules.
You know, 0 rules. The only rules that they ever exist in cooking, in my opinion, are when you're baking, because you have to be precise and exact.
Oh, fine. So there are rules. Now you're making rule maker.
Right. Well, I've got a couple of these. I'm just taking my
We
spoon.
put these in the pan.
Yeah, we'll put them in the pan. We'll wrap them and
Wrap
bake
'em.
them, and then put them in our baking dish.
Okay.
Yep. And you know, I'm just kind of spooning them in. Doesn't really matter how much you're putting in there. Some of them might be a little more cheesy than others, but that's all you've got to do. We're just wrapping, cutting, scooping, baking. It's all going to be delicious. Make sure that you put it on 400 degrees for 20 minutes.
Check. Did
And
that.
then at the end, if you want to, you can always put the broiler on and make it a little bit more crispy if you feel like it's not crispy enough. But these are looking great. Kevin, you are so artistic in your
You know what?
rolling.
I love the smell of jalapenos. I just really enjoy that. Great aroma in the kitchen.
It's so great. Awesome. Well, these are looking delicious. I can't wait. Forget breakfast. I'm having a jalapeno popper for breakfast.
This is breakfast.
It
Are
is
you
breakfast.
kidding? Are you kidding me
Cheese,
right
bacon,
now?
peppers. I mean, it sounds like an omelet without the eggs.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned. We are going to finish piping and wrapping our jalapeno poppers, and then we'll show you what they look like later on in the show. So we'll be right back after this. We're here.
We're back. We're back with our poppers.
I wish that you could smell what we are smelling.
It's pretty
here.
mesmerizing. I mean, it puts you into a coma
It
just
does.
when you smell these.
You know, bacon, always, whenever you smell bacon.
Yeah.
If somebody's cooking bacon in the house where I am and I'm asleep, I wake up immediately. So the smell of bacon, you can kind of taste, like smell the spiciness of the jalapeno.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit of the juices as well. And we were hearing it sizzling when we pulled it out of the oven. Man, it was delicious sounding.
About 22 minutes on these, and then I hit the broil for 1 minute to give it that just little crispness.
As you can see, it's very crisp. We've
Yeah.
got the bacon looks great, the nice like brown of the cheese on the top.
Wonderful.
And you know, the cream cheese wouldn't be browned like that. It's because of the additional cheddar cheese added in.
Yeah.
So.
You know what could go good with these?
What?
A margarita.
Oh my goodness, sign me up.
So
Why didn't we make one this
So here's
morning?
what you do. You take all the stuff you scooped out of the jalapeno. You get a bunch of cilantro. You put 2 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar in a pot, and you let it kind of reduce down a little bit, and you make your simple syrup, strain it, and you use that in with your lime and tequila, and then you've got a cilantro jalapeno margarita.
So you're gonna make one after the show.
We can do that.
We are doing it. You know, on our off hours, not when we're working. We're not gonna have a margarita, but we for sure are gonna enjoy one with these later.
Well, these turned out great. These are a hit.
They are.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning to bring you great information about things taking place in our community, introducing you to wonderful locals, and helping you maybe see some of our fabulous nonprofits that you didn't know about before. Now, may the 4th be with you. To everyone who loves Star Wars out there, I hope that you have an absolutely incredible day. Now, we'll see you tomorrow for your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many many things to see and do. Summer